Happy New Year, roommate. I live alone in an old, high ceilinged apartment on the edge of the city. Thick concrete walls, drafty windows, and absolute silence. The perfect place for someone who hates crowds. On December 31st, I decided to spend the night watching old movies. No guests, no parties, just me in an empty flat. For the past month, I'd had this nagging feeling. You know that sensation when you walk into a room and something feels off? A toothbrush is slightly more damp than it should be. A chair has been moved an inch. A faint, lingering scent of someone else's sweat in the hallway that vanishes the moment you try to sniff it. I chalked it up to stress and a lack of sleep. 11:15 p.m. I was sitting in the living room when I heard a soft sound from the kitchen. Clink. Like someone had carefully placed a glass on the granite countertop. I froze. The house was deathly quiet. Even the neighbors were hushed, waiting for the countdown. I walked into the kitchen, empty, but there was a glass of water on the table. I knew for a fact I had put it back in the cupboard an hour ago. My heart started thumping in my throat. I checked the front door. Both locks were turned from the inside. The windows were bolted. 11:45 p.m. I was spiraling. To calm my nerves, I decided to check the footage from a small nanny cam I'd hidden in the hallway a week ago. I'd set it up almost as a joke, telling myself I was just being paranoid about ghosts. I hadn't looked at the footage once. I opened the app on my phone and scrolled back 2 hours. On the video, I see myself leaving the bathroom and going into the bedroom. Nothing unusual. 10 minutes after I closed my bedroom door, the small storage hatch above the hallway door, the entresol, slowly creaked open. From that cramped, dusty crawl space, a face appeared. Pale, gaunt, with eyes sunk deep into their sockets. A man, or what was left of one, slid out of the hatch with sickening flexibility and dropped silently to the floor. He was wearing my old sweater, the one I thought I'd lost months ago. He walked to my bedroom door. He pressed his ear against the wood and stood there for 5 minutes, smiling a wide, blissful grin. Then he went to the kitchen, drank from my glass, and climbed back into the hatch, carefully pulling the door shut behind him. 11:55 p.m. The phone screen shook in my hands. I realized two things. First, this man had been living in my apartment for months. He knew my schedule, he knew when I slept, when I showered. Second, right now, as I sat in the living room, he was 3 meters away from me, tucked inside that wooden box above the entrance. And then I heard it. The same creak from the video. I couldn't move. In the hallway, there was the soft slap slap of bare feet on the parquet floor. He wasn't hiding anymore. He knew I'd seen the footage. Somewhere far outside, fireworks began to explode. The sky turned crimson and green through the curtains. Through the muffled boom of the celebrations, I heard him stop right behind my chair. I felt his ice-cold breath on the back of my neck. It smelled like damp earth and stale dust. A thin, raspy whisper cut through the dark. You promised we'd celebrate together this year, Sam. My name isn't Sam. I bought this apartment from a woman whose husband had gone missing 3 years ago. I slowly turned my head. The last thing I saw before the lights in the room went out were his eyes. There was no madness in them, only a deep, terrifying gratitude. Next New Year,